and welcome to Weird Austin Morning. We have an Austin VIP to interview today. This is our first interview, and we have Clint Baker in the studio. So Clint, can you tell me, who are you and how long have you lived in Austin?
Who am I? How long have I lived in Austin? I've lived in Austin for a long time. I've lived here since 1996. I am a musician. Singer for Austin band, the Riddlin Kids. I play bass in Austin band Generation Exit, and I'm a co-founder of a new tech platform that helps musicians get content for social media, like video and photos and stuff, which is called FanFuser. So that's exciting, and that's who I am.
Amazing. So, can you tell us, we want to know what's new going on with Riddlin Kids, we want to know what's new going on with Generation Exit, and we want to know what's new with FanFuser. When was FanFuser first launched?
FanFuser was launched this year. It's basically, we did a Riddlin Kids reunion show last year, and in the process, I was trying to do a video without hiring a camera crew. And I thought, man, everybody's got a 4K camera in their pocket. Why do I need a video crew? Let's just get all this footage from the fans, and then I'll make a video out of it. And I know how to edit video and stuff. And so we did that, and it turned out pretty cool, but it was kind of difficult. And I realized there was a need for something that helps musicians get video and photos and stuff. And so I met a buddy of mine, Dave, and David and I, we created FanFuser, and so here we are. So that's that. And so I've been working really hard on it. Being a musician, and I played Peter Pan for a lot of years, and now I'm doing all this business stuff, and it's kind of weird to be a grown up, but it's fun. It's definitely fun, and we're meeting a lot of cool people and doing a lot of cool stuff, and we're just trying to help musicians is all we're doing. So.
Right. So any band can sign up for FanFuser, right? Even big bands and indie bands. If you're in your mom's garage, you can get a FanFuser.
Anybody can find it on the web. I'm not trying to turn this into an infomercial at all, but yeah, you can get online and look it up, and there's different tiers for depending if you're a huge band or a little band. We've got bands that we sponsor that are old friends, like Bowling for Soup. Simple Plan is using it on the Avril Lavigne tour right now, and which is exciting. Blue October used it a little bit, so it's really fun, and it's cool to get some of our old friends involved. But yeah, it's a cool thing. And
right, I could see once people are used to shooting their concert footage, and then they're used to sending their footage directly to the band. I feel like once that's in the lexicon of shows, I feel like it's awesome. It's like.
It's pretty cool, and the way we do it, the band also gets the email and the social media handle, so you can tag the fan, which every fan wants to be tagged, and you can also email them if you want, and you can make contests if you wanted to reward the people that help the band out. But it's just cool because, like, from a musician standpoint, you've been seeing all these phones in the audience all the time, and it's like, what if I could have that and use it? And this is a way to do that. So it's kind of cool, and again, it's exciting to be doing something involved with music.
Right. It's kind of next level content creation where the fans are supplying the band with the content.
Yes.
So.
And you're a content creator, so you know, and it's just neat. Like all of a sudden you can log in, and again, it sounds like a commercial, but I'm just telling you what it is. But yeah, you can log in and you can go through all the videos, and if you're a musician, you're busy going out there and shaking hands and talking to people that came to your show, and you're busy, sitting at the merch booth, or you're busy playing, and it's like if you can turn your audience into your camera crew, that's pretty cool. And sometimes you hire a camera crew, you know what I mean?
Right.
But you can't always do that, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, because I'm always shooting pictures of bands that I see, and then I'm like, how do I send this? Do I have to send a large file? Do I have to, I don't know. It's just, and if you don't know the band very well, it just makes it really comfortable to say, like, hey, I'm Valerie, here's some concert photos that you can use on your social media platforms, and they'll tag you. You'll get the credit, and it's cool.
Yeah, it's
all around. Cool.
It's really cool. So, and it's fun, and we've also added other features and made it easy for bands that maybe have a Venmo or something that you usually put a QR code. You just get one QR code, and you can get anything you want underneath the QR code. So it's pretty cool.
Right. So before you go to a concert, check out if a band has a FanFuser, because you want to be already locked and loaded and know where to send your footage and your photos.
Yeah. Yeah. All you need to do is scan the QR code, and it puts it all right there. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool, and it's real cool to be able to help your band, help your friends out. And I've got a lot of friends in this town that are musicians and that are checking it out now, and so pretty neat.
Yeah. Okay, so what is going on new with Generation Exit?
Generation Exit has a new EP called Stay Alive. It just came out recently, like last month. We released singles, and there's multiple singles that have come out, and now we've got the vinyl. The vinyl looks incredible. It's great. And I'm playing with a bunch of my best friends. I've known all these people, talking about since the 90s. I've known everybody in this band for ages, so it's really really cool to be able to play music with your old friends and just get into a room and have fun. And we've been playing now I can't even believe the time's passing this fast, but since 2022, and it's a lot of fun. And it's kind of a mixture of Riddlin Kids, Born to Lose, and Sniper 66 all fused into one
Super group.
Super duper group. Yeah, super.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. The new album has Love Me, Let Me Go. If You Love Me, Let Me Go. Everyone should check out that song. I love the lyrics.
It's a beautiful song.
Yeah. And then I also love Stay Alive. Right? I almost said Stayin' Alive. That's a different song.
Stay Alive. Yeah, Stay Alive. There's a bunch of cool songs on this EP. Again, this is a cool thing about playing in this band. You as a musician will play for years, and you might play with somebody, and a lot of bands have a quarterback in the band who does most of the stuff. But I feel like this band is a bunch of quarterbacks who all play together, and everybody understands how songwriting works. And now, also, because we're not 20, where your ego is off the charts, we're all experienced enough. I didn't say old. I said experienced enough that we kind of figured out when to shut up, because it's like my one buddy Ben over here. He's got a completely different way of doing a backup, and that's my initial reaction. Sometimes like that's not right, and then I just shut up and I listen and I go, that's better than what I had in my head, and the same with everybody in the band. So it's pretty cool to play in this band, and we're having fun, and it's all about fun and making good music, and I think that's really cool. So any of you blossoming musicians, shut up, listen to your bandmates, because you're not always right.
Right.
Yeah.
So you recorded the first album, Lifer.
Yep.
How long from starting to write songs together did the album come out? Because I feel like it was pretty fast.
It was pretty quick, but I don't know, 6 months to a year.
Right.
There was a lot of playing for a long time, but we cranked out the first 6 songs fast.
Right.
And,
I was shocked. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
And I love every song. I think it's 10 tracks. My favorite song is Stones and Windows. I don't know why.
It's a good one. I like it.
I really relate to the lyrics.
Sometimes when you get on a roll, it just turns into an avalanche, and that's what happened. We got in there, and and sometimes when you write a bunch of songs at the same time, you feel like they all sound the same, and it's because your creative brain is like in the same place. So sometimes you write a few that sound the same. I kind of thought some of them were going to, but by the time we all put our spin on it and our stank on the songs, they didn't, and they sound cool, and they all have different characteristics, and they're really cool. And once you get in the groove and things start happening, it just opens up, and it happens quick. And that's what happened with the first record and the EP we just did. same thing. We cranked those songs out fast. I mean, it was a big gap between the EP and the last record. We went to Europe and we played a lot of shows, but it's fun. And I feel like touring in Europe and stuff, it really helped us get into our groove. We're already pretty tight and having a good time, but when you play every day and you're on the road, you just kind of figure it out. It just happens.
Yeah, and so Clint, the lead singer, he's a master album artist, album package designer, and then you're a master engineer in the recording studio. So how's the pressure?
Master, that's a wow.
You're a master, yeah.
There's a
he knows how to record a hit, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
So.
Okay. How's the pressure?
Yeah, I mean, to be in the band, in the recording, you're making everyone happy.
At this point,
it seems like high stakes.
I'm not on Columbia Records, and I'm not worried about getting on the end cap at Target anymore. Like, we don't even do that. This is going straight to the internet. It doesn't matter.
Straight to the people's hearts.
Straight to the people, and what we did in that, and what we're doing now with Riddlin Kids, as I've already started recording Riddlin Kids stuff, is this is about fun. Like, this is not business. I've done music business. Like, I've done a lot of it, and I'll save stress and any of that for FanFuser if it comes. So far, that's been a blast too, but like, as far as the music goes, this is supposed to be fun. So when I get in there, it's fun. Like, I like tinkering. I love engineering and mixing. I love it. And the more I polish and tweak and EQ things, and I can go off and do something else, come back 2 days later and jump in and mess with something, and all of a sudden I just crack the Da Vinci Code and I'm like, dude, the kick drum sounds amazing, and I get excited about that, and so that's fun for me. Some people want to play video games all night. I'd rather sit on my computer and mess with the recording. So
yeah. Before we forget, I want to talk about Riddlin Kids, and so there's a lot of history with the band of how everything went down from the 90s to being on MTV to now you're going to release a full album, right?
Sort of.
EP or a full album? What
sort of. It's we recorded with an amazing engineer back in 98, named Mark DeFore, who's still here, who still records. He's awesome. So if there's any bands out there looking for somebody, find Mark DeFore, and he's incredible. We recorded with him and made a demo, and it was a 5 or 6 song demo, and we used that to get on the radio. We ended up on 101X getting played, and next thing you know, the major labels came running, because sometimes they couldn't even get major label songs on the radio. So when all of a sudden there's this Austin band getting radio play, so they came over. Next thing you know, after talking to a bunch of labels, we ended up on Aware Columbia, same label as John Mayer and Five for Fighting, Train, and so we got that released and toured for years, got on Warped Tour, toured with so many cool bands, did the late shows, had a video that was cool. It was a spoof of Loverboy, the Patrick Dempsey 80s movie, pizza based, because I delivered for Gumby's Pizza along with Chris Klink and Dustin. So the label people, they saw this in our bio. Oh, these guys earned enough money delivering pizza to record this amazing demo. And so they're like, let's make the video about pizza. So next thing you know, everything's pizza based. We're like, come on, man, we're musicians, we're punk rockers.
We're rock stars.
Yeah, and but that's how business people work when they look at your bio. Pizza, I got an idea. Yeah. So anyway, so that was great. We had a great short 5 to 10 year career touring and doing all that, and then and toured with great bands like Bowling for Soup and American Hi-Fi and Face to Face and Mighty Mighty Boss Tones and Goldfinger and Real Big Fish and Warped Tour and all the stuff, and came back and then I went back to work and recording and playing in bands and doing a bunch of stuff, and just a pretty normal guy, and then I kind of stepped away from playing for a little while, and Dustin said, hey man, why don't you come and play with me? So I started playing in another band with Dustin, and that kind of ended up leading up to Generation Exit. So Riddlin, I didn't even answer your question, but Riddlin Kids, we did a reunion show last year, and it was so much fun, and drama free, and it was just really fulfilling, fun thing that we did. That we just kind of said, I said, hey man, do you guys want to do this again? I mean, like, we're not going to go on tour or anything, but we have that old recording that Mark DeFore did, and I was like, why don't we take that and we can make a split vinyl, which I learned about with Generation Exit, because I never even messed with vinyl much, but we can do one side, the old stuff, we can record a handful of new songs and put it on the other side of the vinyl, it'll be new material, and we had some songs that were not released, and then I wrote some demos that I sent out to them, they liked, we tweaked them, and everybody's liking them, and it's fun. So we got, we're going to have, there's some debate, we're talking about making it called Hurry Up and Late, which is funny because the first record was called Hurry Up and Wait. There's also talk about making the cover us when we were young with the old songs, and then the other side us now that we're all old and decrepit, and maybe do a spoof of the original photo but older, which the Beatles did, and stuff. But so we'll do something like that. Again, this is low stakes. We're making music that's fun. We're going to put it out for our old fans, and we hope they like it. And if they don't, that's cool too. So we're just having a good time.
Yeah.
and if they want to call us to play When We Were Young Fest, we'll fly out to Vegas and do it. If with
the 100-band lineup of all amazing bands. I don't even know how that works. It shows the festivals these days. It's like, how could you even hear all the bands and all the state? Like, it's got to be a wild ride.
Yeah, well, all those bands on those bills, we toured with half of those bands. There's no reason for us not to be on that. And also, if Carnival Cruise Warped Tour comes calling, let's go. We're in. We'll do it. But we're not going back on the road. No. If we got a super mega hit that everybody could rationalize, leaving their comfortable jobs and families, but I don't see that happening. So
yeah. Well, I mean, it's great to have new music. What can you do with the new songs that you're recording versus the songs that were I Feel Fine, your hits that you recorded with the major? What can you not do with those songs that you now can do with the new songs that are totally
I Feel Fine was, they own the masters to that. I'd still own my songwriting for that song. That's separate. But the masters, they paid for that. They own the masters to that. So, and that whole record. So if I try to do something with those actual recordings, I'm going to get flagged by Content ID on YouTube, anywhere. I get it, and it's actually turned into a problem. I actually contacted Sony and actually have documentation. I have complete permission to use I Feel Fine. That's our song. And I'm like, hey, if we want to do a reunion show, I don't want to get flagged. They gave me, in perpetuity, I have permission to use that song, but the socials algorithms will still hit me with that. All of a sudden I have a copyright strike, and then I have to go contest it. So it takes a month to get it resolved. And it's insane. And so I'm pulling a Taylor Swift. I'm going to re-record I Feel Fine, and the new one won't get flagged. And sorry, but I'm over it. We actually did the drum track for that. And and so I'm just going to do that because I don't have time to be emailing YouTube and Facebook about that. So
might the new recording be on the new record coming out, or are you just going to
I'm just going to do that
to be able to use your song
for social media. I'm not going to re-release that. We've already done that. So we're recording new songs for fun. We're going to release new stuff for fun. And the I Feel Fine recording, I didn't even have to say that on but I'm doing that because I'm sick of algorithms giving me a hard time. So
I mean, when I was trying to sign bands in the old days, my thing was if you don't like what ends up happening with the record label, because the record label would pay for the recording, so they get to own that. So I felt like that was really fair. But I always said, anyone can cover anyone. If you don't like the relationship that's going on, as long as you don't sign that you will never re-record that song again, you can just re-record the song, make it new. It might not be as special as that one recording in that one moment, but it's still, you can do something.
Most of those contracts too had a 20-year window. Okay, I won't record this for 20 years, and it's been over 20 years for us. So that's cool. The biggest challenge is going to be that you're over here calling me master engineer. I'm that was mixed by Tom Lord Alge, who is one of the world's greatest mixers. It's he did all the Weezer stuff, the Blink stuff, and you know, a whole bunch of new metal stuff in the late '90s, and he's just incredible. So for me to have the gall to try to step in and do that now, it's a tall order. So if you hear I Feel Fine on social media, it sounds weird. That's why I'm going up against a master to try to make this sound good. But again, I'm just trying to market my band. So I'm not trying to play games or sell it. I just want to put it on the social media. So and the old recordings, we own those. We own those masters. We paid for the recording. We spent like 7 months with Mark DeFore recording in our spare time, and he made that record sound great. So it's like it's a handful of songs. That's great for one side. We'll give another handful of songs, and hopefully it'll be a cool release. And I'm going to start releasing those as singles. Like I'm working on one song now. I said, okay, instead of getting it all done, you know, that's old school. Like people just release singles now. People don't even worry about records.
Right.
So I'm going to do that. And what's cool is I can work on my other things and live my life and get one done at a time. And so there we go.
That's cool. Okay, well, I'm going to ask you one question about Austin. Give us a tip.
Okay.
So, on Weird Austin Morning, we really want to motivate people to try new things and to go out and do Austin things. So, I'm going to ask for an Austin tip. It can be outskirts, no big deal. Austin has grown to the point where everything within like an hour radius is now Austin. So, why don't you give us your favorite barbecue tip for Austin?
I've got two. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I've got two. There's one by my house called Interstellar BBQ. I live in Cedar Park now, but I live right on the line. So I can be in Austin in like 90 seconds. I live right on the line. But right down the street from that, on 620, there's a place called Interstellar BBQ. It used to be the Noble Pig. And it's on Lake Creek and 620, and it's a fantastic barbecue place. It's really good, and it's just great. And like, it doesn't have the same line that you get when you go to some of the other places. There's people waiting to get in there, but it's in Cedar Park. It's not in Austin, so it's great. And you know, sometimes you can't beat Rudy's. Like, I just like going into Rudy's on 183 and going in there and getting some moist brisket and going to town. Like it's pretty hard to beat.
Yeah, I love Rudy's. I love getting gas and a drink because they have real iced tea, sweet or unsweet, and they have real limes and lemons. Yeah. It's amazing. I love Rudy's. All right, can we get another tip from you? Another Austin tip?
I got double on this one too.
Okay, I'm going to ask you favorite coffee shops in Austin.
I'm going to do two.
Okay, go ahead.
Two. One of them is Epoch. And this is on North Loop. And the reason is because it's 24 hours. Remember the old days? You used to be able to go to Insomnia on the Drag and I'd go there and write lyrics in the middle of the night and just drink coffee and get caffeinated and sit there all night. And now there was no place since the pandemic. There was no place to go. And the other day I did a Google search and all of a sudden I found out they're open 24 hours. So I've been going there once in a while and it's great. Yeah.
That's a big tip. It hurts my heart that Austin is not a 24-hour city anymore. I don't know what happened. We're bigger, we're better, supposedly, but our 24-hour life.
And I like to go drink whiskey, you know what I mean? Like at night, but sometimes I don't want to do that. Like sometimes I just want to have a coffee and work on some stuff. So that Epoch's good for that. And then of course Kick Butt Coffee. Well, I can have whiskey or coffee, and they have shows. So I got to send love to those guys because they've been good to me and all the bands that I play in.
We go to Kick Butt Coffee all the time. However, I got to be honest, I've never ordered a coffee.
The coffee's fantastic.
Only alcohol.
You get an Irish coffee, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Also, I have a shout out I would like to do if I
give us a shout out.
There's a thing called the A&R Foundation here in Austin that is it is a nonprofit, and Austin Breckenridge started this thing, and I went to talk to them today about FanFuser. It's really cool because these guys, he's teaching artists how to handle their business, how to handle their finances, how to even borrowing money, filing your business your band as a business, and being able to borrow money and file taxes and all these things that 20 years ago, 25 years ago, nobody taught me any of that stuff. And I think it's great that there's business-minded musicians in Austin learning this stuff, and there's somebody teaching it, and this is all, it's a nonprofit, and there's people that are donors that are helping pay for this, and I just think it's really cool. Just like I think Sims is really cool, and I think Ham is really cool, and there's a lot of cool nonprofits and organizations in Austin that are taking care of musicians. I think that's fantastic. So I just wanted to throw out a shout out actually to all three nonprofits, and yeah, there you go. So I went and spoke at an A&R Foundation thing today at the Domain, talking to them about FanFuser, just because what better audience for me to try to push my product on than a bunch of business-minded people that are trying to market their band and succeed. And I thought they were perfect, and we hooked up some deals for them and people that are in Ham and Sims too, and it was just cool. It was just neat to see a room full of business-minded musicians who are all friendly, and you could see them kind of intermingling and excited to be doing what th're doing. And I think that's what Austin's all about.
Yes.
And as much big business has moved here, I've gotten discouraged a lot, where you see music venues disappearing and things like that. And a lot of the musicians are not able to afford to live in Central Austin anymore. We all got pushed out, But like in that room, I could see old Austin. I could see musicians that were talking and trying to do stuff. So it gave me a nice warm fuzzy feeling. So I wanted to give a shout out to them, and look them up. The A&R Foundation. They're great. So this is not a commercial.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here. I think I really appreciate being the first guest on the show. Hopefully we've got the lights, we got the mics, we got the news desk. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you interviewing me, and I love what you're doing here. So.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Okay.